How many of you have eaten food today? I have. Have you ever stopped and think if the food you ate was genetically modified? Everyone eats food, which increases the chance that you have eaten food that may contain GMOs. I have done 10 to 15 hours of research on GMOs. I also work on a farm that uses GMO crops that have been genetically modified, and I have eaten food that has GMOs. Today we are going to talk about what are GMOs, what foods are we eating that are GMO, and what are the benefits of GMOs. It is important to understand what GMOs are so you can make informed decisions about the food you buy and eat. GMO is short for genetically modified organisms. GMO crops are plants used in agriculture, whose DNA has been modified using genetic engineering methods. Surprisingly, GMOs have been around since the 1990s. Are we eating GMOs? Yes. It is very likely that you are eating foods and food products that are made with ingredients that come from GMO crops. We eat more food than you realize that is a GMO product or comes from animals that have eaten GMO food. Some common GMO foods and ingredients are corn, potatoes, papaya, apples, pineapples, and soybeans. Foods such as eggs, dairy, and meat come from animals that eat GMO foods. It has become easier to know if you are eating something that has GMOs. According to the FDA, as of 2022, all foods in the United States that contain GMO ingredients must have a term bioengineered food somewhere on the packaging to show that it has GMO ingredients. Here's an example on what to look for on the label. Right here it says contains bioengineered food ingredients. Corn is the most commonly grown crop in the U.S., and most of it is GMO. Some other common GMO crops are soybeans, cotton, alfalfa, canola, and sugar beets. These charts from the FDA gives more information on GMO crops and food found here in the U.S. I will pass it around at the end of the speech for you to read. There are benefits to using GMOs. Most GMO corn is created to resist insect pests or tolerate herbicides. This means a healthier and safer crop that produces more food than non-GMO, and it has fewer inputs. GMO crops require less tilling, so this saves money, lowers fuel costs, and labor use. Use of GMOs reduces the need for chemical pesticides. The GMO crops are insect resistant, therefore fewer pesticides are required. According to the FDA, using GMO crops will save chemical applications by 37%. Use of GMO crops has improved crop yields, the quality of crops, and crop resilience. GMO crops tend to produce a higher yield, therefore more bushels per acre. GMO protects yields that would normally be lost due to pests and extreme weather conditions such as droughts. According to the FDA, GMOs increase farmers' yields by 22%. Today we talked about what GMOs are, if we are eating GMO foods, and what are the benefits of GMOs. It is important to know what GMOs are since we are eating foods that are access to accurate information, so they can make informed choices about the food they buy and eat. These decisions could impact your health. Do you remember the old saying, you are what you eat? This saying is something to remember as you eat your next meal. The decision to consume GMOs is a personal one. I encourage you to learn more about GMOs and check out your food labels before you eat. All right, I'm done.